Hello,
Hi,
and welcome to Rink Rookie, a guide to the NHL. I am your co-host, Ashley.
and I'm your other co-host, Arielle, and welcome to our podcast.
Hello, it hasn't been that long since we last did this, which is very exciting.
Oh yeah, we're in it.
So what's new in the last, week? Has it been a week?
Has it been a
I think
week?
it's been a week.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've started going swimming now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's been nice.
How are you coping with it's been, a week, a little over a week since the Coyote stuff. We didn't really talk about it much. I know that's not the
Oh
point of these
God,
episodes,
I know.
but
How am
just
I
to
coping?
check in.
I was sad. I actually had to take 2 solid down days because I was like, no, it's not gonna take me that hard. I'll just stay offline. No, I was really sad about this, so I took 2 days, gathered myself to get ready for, and I think I watched the last regular season game, and then I was kind of like, okay, I'm ready for playoffs now.
That's fair.
Just so
That's
emotional.
Fair. Yeah, but that video you made, go check it out on our socials, on Instagram, was a lot. It made me so sad.
I know. I'm like, wow, I really got to go see them at the home opener, and then the last game. I was like, wow, that was a lot. There were so many fun times in between.
What a roller coaster for only 9 months.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, damn, all right, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Don't mourn the times you don't have anymore. Be happy you had them to begin with, or whatever.
Exactly.
What's happened in the last week? Oh no, it's a Blackhawks game on Thursday. Saw the last home game for the Kings, and what a wild ride it was, my friends. They really did not want to play the Oilers. So after the Vegas Ducks score came through, they really started to play like shit, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ashley texted me, and she's like, I think they're throwing this game.
And then I checked in. Everyone else on the internet also thought that. So it wasn't like me being Delulu. It was a real thing. And then I went to my first AHL game on Saturday. Went down to San Diego with a couple new friends and saw the Coachella Valley Firebirds play the San Diego Gulls. And that was also a wild game. The Gulls arena is literally out of a 1990s, maybe even 1980s state fair arena. The game was fine. The Firebirds made a comeback and won. And I got dirty looks for cheering, which kind of was just very off-putting.
Cheering for the team that you were rooting for?
Wild. I mean, I guess the Gulls are no better than the Ducks standing-wise. So the Coachella Valley Firebirds are number 1 in the Pacific Division for the AHL. So
yeah, I was gonna say and then aren't the Firebirds doing their playoff run?
They get a bye week, so they get to I guess rest while everyone else is still playing. Good for them. I'm excited. I got to see Shane Wright, who I love.
And that's right. He got sent back down for that.
Yeah, and Riker just got sent back down. Also, Kraken season's over. But yeah, that was Saturday, and then playoffs started also Saturday. So I was watching a couple in the car down to San Diego, and then they were also yesterday. So that's what we're here to discuss today. You watched some of these?
Yeah, I watched the beginning of the Hurricanes and Islanders one. Did I watch the Leafs and the Bruins? I did not, but I was kind of just keeping an eye on it. Lightning and Panthers, I did not watch, but I, kept an eye on it. Capitals and Rangers, I watched, and that one was wild. I was like, wow, they're kicking each other's asses out there. Avalanche and Jets, I didn't get to watch, but I recorded it and I watched it this morning.
Oh,
crazy. Man. Predators and Canucks.
So wild.
I did watch with my neighbors, and that one was a fun one.
Nice. Good games. I mean, yeah, listened to most of Hurricanes and the Islanders in the car on Saturday because I get car sick now. And then kept up with Leafs and Bruins at the game. Didn't watch either morning game yesterday, and then caught the Avalanche and Jets and Predators and Canucks. This Avalanche Jets series, we said it on our socials, me as a fan of both of them. The Avs are my second favorite team. The Jets they fight for third with the Penguins. I feel like they're just really an underdog and nobody pays attention to them. And so I like that in my heart and soul. And so I want good things for them. So it's really cool to see them shine, even if it is against the Avalanche. So, do you want to chat about that first game of the Hurricanes versus Islanders that was Saturday?
All right. So Freddie Anderson was in net for the Canes. Semyon Varlamov was in net for Islanders. Evgeny Kuznetsov open scoring for the Canes a minute and 35 in. And then Kyle McLean scored for the Islanders at about 8 minutes and 20. It was, to me, kind of a boring game. Nothing happened in the second. And then in the third, the winning goal was scored by Martin Necas, and he scored on an empty net. There was 5 penalties total, and the final was 1 Islanders, 3 Carolina. In the shots on goal, New York Islanders had 34 and Carolina had 26. Ooh.
The shots on goal, I guess I've started to pay attention maybe more to it now that I've realized, like, seeing the team with the less shots on goal have more goals in the game, it feels like a goalie problem. And I don't like to blame the goalies, but like it's just something I'm noticing now.
Yeah, I think that's when you can. I don't like to blame the goalies first either, but it's like in that moment you're like, okay, well, they weren't even shooting that much.
Yeah. It's a very telling stat, I think, when you have 34 shots on goal. So, like, almost 10 more. We only have 1 goal. So,
yeah, it was a lot of back and forth that game. I wasn't like super in it. I was just like, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a playoff game. It was at, where do the Canes play? They play PNC Arena. I knew it was somewhere. I was like, I knew it started with a P. The crowd, though, that looked hype. Super fun. But the game just didn't match the crowd hype, I don't think.
Yeah, I think this game kind of went how I think this whole series is gonna go. I mean, in my most, if not all of my brackets, have the Canes taking out the Islanders in the first round. So
yeah, same.
Who were the 3 stars of the game?
The first star was Evgeny Kuznetsov. The second star was Frederick Anderson, and then the third star was Brady Shea.
Brady Shea.
God. Yeah.
And then next, I don't think these games were happening at exactly the same time, but I think it was like maybe an hour or 2 later. The Leafs and Bruins started playing each other, and I think we kind of all know how this series is also going to go. So the Leafs had Ilya Samsonov in net, and then the Bruins had Jeremy Swayman. Nylander is out for the Leafs and is continuing to be out as of Monday, April 22nd. So he's out for the game that's happening right now. John Beecher scored first for the Bruins, had the only goal in the first period. And then the second period saw 1 goal from Brandon Carlo and 2 from Jake DeBrusk. I thought he had a hat trick, but when I went back and looked, he didn't. I think he might have had an assist. In the third, the Leafs finally got a goal from David Kampf, and the Bruins got an empty net goal from Trent Frederick. Toronto saw 6 penalties, and Boston saw 4. Shots on goal, Boston 25, Toronto 36. So I think this is also like another telling goalie stat, I guess. And as you could tell, the Bruins took the game 5-1. These 3 stars of the game were, the first star was Jeremy Swayman, the second was Jake DeBrusk, and the third was Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah, you're right. DeBrusk had an assist that game.
Nice. Yeah, I remember reading, because I was keeping up with it, most of the Firebirds goals game, and like, oh, he got a hat trick, and then went back and I was like, there were no hats. Something's up. So it might have gotten changed also. I would just like to say also, for the record, that if the Canes take the Stanley Cup, which I don't have them taking it in any of my brackets, so it's probably not going to happen, as I say, as a sidekick. I can tell the future.
I haven't taken it in, I think, one of my brackets.
Really?
Yeah.
I just don't see it. If Jake Guentzel wins the cup with the Canes, I'm gonna fly to Carolina and start a riot. And I think Sidney Crosby will join me. Anyway, the Lightning versus the Panthers. So that was yesterday morning. They started games at like 10 a.m. in the Pacific, whatever time zone. That's just not happening over here. So I didn't catch any of this. If you want to tell me about it.
Did I watch that one? I don't know if I did. I'm trying to think. What's today? Okay, hang on.
It was yesterday morning.
Yeah. Okay. I was awake, but did I watch it? No. Yeah. So for the Lightning versus Panthers on Sunday, April 21st, Andrei Vasilevsky was in net for Lightning, and then Sergei Bobrovsky was in net for the Panthers. Sam Reinhart opened scoring for the Panthers, and Brandon Hagel for the Lightning. That was in the first. So they each had 1. No goals happened in the second period, and then 2 goals from the Panthers in the third from Carter Verhaeghe and Matthew Tkachuk, and then 1 from the Lightning. Steven Stamkos got it in. There was 3 penalties from the Lightning, and then 2 for the Panthers the whole game. Shots on goal, 19 from Tampa Bay and 28 from Florida. The final score, 3-2 Panthers. I think I did catch the end of the game when Tkachuk scored, and I was just like, there he is, because I was just like, he's not scoring yet.
Shocked he didn't have any penalties. When I looked at them, I was like, he's not here, but this is where he is.
He showed up at the end, and that's what matters for them, I guess. And the 3 stars of the game were the first star was Carter Verhaeghe, second star Matthew Tkachuk, and then the third star Alexander Barkov.
Honestly, I was
one, I don't know.
shocked there were not more penalties, just in
I think
general.
everyone. I feel like it was like the early afternoon for them anyway. It was morning for
That's
us.
true. They're
Nobody
not
wanted
feeling
to
it.
get. They weren't there yet.
Maybe I'll go back
Capitals
and
and
watch
Rangers
that game.
game. This
Did
game
you?
I did watch.
Okay, then you tell me about that because I want to talk about the Avalanche and the Jets game.
Yeah, I was like, I'll let you get the other ones. I was like, but this one I did watch, and was annoyingly impressed with the Capitals.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
because like they were definitely holding their own, and I think that the Rangers could have scored more.
Wow. And they already beat them pretty bad.
It could have been worse.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So Charlie Lundgren was in net for the Caps. Igor Shesterkin was in net for the Rangers. There was no goals in the first period. It did start off kind of slow. Matt Rempe opened up scoring in the second for the Rangers, and then the other two goals for them in the period were from Artemi Panarin and Jimmy Vesey. And then Martin, oh my God, I saw him say,
The Bruins are losing right now.
bro, what is happening?
I think Austin Matthews just scored. Anyway.
It's the commentator's fault that earlier said he was just like they made a good decision putting the right goalie in the net today, and I'm like, don't jinx him. Now look at
Oh
that.
boy.
Anyways, yeah, Matt Rempe opened scoring. That was kind of exciting for all the fans.
I heard they were chanting his name. Did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw an
Yeah, I will
after
say.
interview with him, and he looked very bashful and like excited.
Yeah, he did have an interview, I think after the second period, after his goal, and he was like so excited. And I was like, you know what, good for him. He's still young. He's still young, so get it together. Yeah, and then also in the second, Martin Bervey. Yes, he scored in the second for the Capitals. Chris Kreider, Rangers in the third. There was so many penalties, and this is what I was saying. There was just nonstop. Like the whistle was blowing that whole game. I was like, wow, these girls are just tussling. It was at one point I looked down and I think I saw Rempe and Wilson going at it, and I was like, likely place for both of them to be.
Literally.
But yeah, it was just funny. I think, yeah, I know Wilson ended up in the box a couple times. So there's 6 penalties for the Rangers, 5 for the Caps. Shots on goal were 21 Washington Capitals and 31 New York Rangers. Final score 4-1 Rangers. The 3 stars of the game, all from New York. First star, Jimmy Vesey. Second star, Barclay Goodrow, and then the third star was Matt Rempe. I'm surprised that they gave Matt the third star. Well, I guess Goodrow did have 2 assists, I guess, but I mean Matt Rempe, like that's like his first career playoff goal. At least give him the second. But it was definitely entertaining. They were like beating the crap out of each other on the ice, and I was like, yeah, hockey.
I think I caught Chris Kreider's goal because I saw him like skid and fall, and he was like sitting down celebrating.
That was a good goal. Like I'm not a Rangers fan, but I will say some of their goals were very just show worthy, and I was like, okay, that was really cool.
Not a Rangers fan. I'm a Alex Wemberg fan, and that is the only acceptable like reason I would like take them winning, so he can put that new baby in the cup. That's all I want. Anyway.
All right, how'd these other games go?
Oh my god. I cannot tell you the stress that I'm living in watching this Avalanche Jets game. So the future Vezina, I think that's how you say the trophy. I don't remember. The best goalie in the league, which does get voted on for the regular season. It doesn't include playoffs. So even if they don't end up winning, or he ends up like shitting the bed, which is probably not going to happen, he's gonna win the best goalie in the league for this season. So he is amazing. And then Alexander Georgie is how I say it, was in net for the Avs, and then their backup goalie Justus Annan. He's out sick, so they had to pull up one of their AHL guys to be backup. Yeah, this was a truly wild game, you guys. It was like one after the other. So Valerie Nichushkin, the choo-choo train, opened scoring for the Avs, and then 2 goals from the Jets in succession happened from Josh Morrissey and Vladislav Nemstikov. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know him too well. Yeah. And then right after that, Miles Wood and Nathan McKinnon had goals for the Avs in the first. So that was just the first period. That 3 goals from the Avs and 2 from the Jets. And that was just how it started. Second period was definitely more tame, and the only goal there was from Adam Lowry for the Jets. And then he scored again for the Jets in the third. And then Kyle Connor had another goal. Not another goal. There was another goal, and it was from Kyle Connor for the Jets. And then Avs had 2 more goals from Cale Makar and Casey Middlestat, but they could not keep up and lost 6-7, Jets winning. There weren't too many penalties. There were only 3 each for both of them, but it felt very scrummy. Like I think the Avs are disappointed in themselves and like the play in general. So the shots on goal, 46 for Colorado and 23 for Winnipeg. Also an interesting goalie stat.
That one I felt bad. Yeah, I watched it. I told you this morning.
Yeah.
He got that Casey Middlestat goal with like only a couple seconds left. I was like, okay.
I know. I really thought they pulled Georgie, and then I was like super worried, and then nothing happened. The Jets didn't score. Colorado scored, and then I was like, okay, maybe we can do it. And then it just like kept ticking down. This I think is going to be the closest series, at least in this like round 1. They're pretty even matched player wise. Maybe Georgie's not up to Hellebuck's level, but I think the players kind of make up for that.
Yeah, I agree.
The 3 stars of the game were, the first was Adam Lowry, the second was Mark Scheifele, and the third was Cale Makar. I'm just saying that Nathan McKinnon goal I manifested and asked for, and he delivered. So for me specifically. The Jets, if you watched some of it, did you see the whiteout? That looked so cool.
I did. Yeah, it was epic and it was loud. I was like, holy crap. That is so cool. Yeah, I was just like, that is the kind of environment that's the kind of playoff game I want to be a part of.
Right? I was like, why can't I just fly to Winnipeg real quick? And they did a really cool, their national anthem was sung by like an all-male choir, and it was really pretty. Yeah, it was a very nice game. Definitely one I could see myself rewatching. And then you also watched this Predators Canucks game. This was last night. It was pretty close, it felt like, most of it, right?
I think close. So. I feel like it was a little slow, maybe like in the second.
Yeah.
But I was watching it with my neighbors, and I was like, they were like, we can't root for a Canadian team. But I was just like, here's why we're rooting for the Canadian team now.
It doesn't even matter.
I was like, here's why we're rooting for the Canucks, though. And I stated my case, and I'm so glad that they didn't make me look bad.
I told someone, I was just like, they walked out of that second period and into the third kissing Quinn Hughes on the head for good luck, and then they won. So that's all I'm saying. The love is stored in Quinn Hughes.
Amen.
So Juice Saros was in net for the Predators, and Thatcher Demko was in net for the Canucks. So glad he's back for them. Jason Zucker broke the ice for the game, scoring for the Predators, and was the only goal in the first. The second period saw a goal from Elias Lindholm for the Canucks and another goal for the Preds from Ryan O'Reilly. So it was a pretty close game up until the third, because there were no goals for the Predators and 3 from the Canucks.
I'm just realizing they took one of the goals away from Quinn.
Yeah, I know. Because I was so excited because I texted you about a Quinn goal, and then it was gone when I checked it this morning. The third goal had no goals from the Predators and 3 from the Canucks, 1 from Pius Suter and 2 from Dakota Joshua. The Suter to Joshua goal, his first, was like 12 seconds apart. It was insane.
That was fun.
I'm so happy for the Canucks. So the shots on goal were 22 Nashville, 21 Vancouver. So that was pretty even. The final score was 4-2 with the Canucks winning. And the 3 stars of the game were Dakota Joshua, second Quinn Hughes, and the third Ryan O'Reilly. And just a fun fact to end this summary was all home teams won their game for the first time since the 1970s. So that home ice is pretty important, guys. I feel like it's the fans. You don't want to disappoint them, coupled with like the comforts of being home and starting it out right. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw that stat this morning, and I was like, damn, that's really cool.
Right? I mean, like I said, all the love to the Jets. I love them so much, and they don't have a cup, and I think they deserve one. But the Avalanche, do it for Gabriel Landeskog. He deserves it. He's not here. He won't have his name on the cup, but he will be so proud of you. I think that's all we've got for this evening. There are games currently happening as we record right now, and then there will be more games after we're done recording. So we will be back, I believe, with a new episode on Friday, hopefully, maybe Saturday, depending. Wait, not Friday. I can't do it Friday because I'm seeing my first playoff game. I'm going to the Oilers-Kings game, and that is Friday at 7.
That's going to be so insane.
I'm really interested to see the ratio of fans because I did see the Oilers play down here in December. It was against the Ducks, but there were a lot of Oilers fans, like so many. I don't know if I ever talked about that game on here, but they were loud. They had cowbells and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I'm really interested to see how this game is going to go. I am rooting for the Oilers because I don't want the Kings to have anything nice ever. So, surprise, surprise. I've also been pulled into the narrative of Connor McDavid. Unfortunately, I have been hit. So, I don't know how long this will last, but for now, I will be rooting for them.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, got anything to add, Arielle?
I don't know. I just need everyone to drop. I need all the wives and girlfriends to drop like front and back and side photos of their jackets so I can properly judge them.
Attention, all wags. We know you don't listen, but maybe someone will clip this and put it on our TikTok and tag some wag, and we'll get the goods. And Arielle, with her fashion expertise, can critique you. No holding back.
No holding back. That's if you know me at all. I don't hold back. But
And
it's
if you
all
don't,
good fun.
now you know.
Now you know. All right.
I believe this is it. So we will see you later this week with some more game updates. It's a lot of hockey, guys. I'm sure you're watching. We're watching. Everybody's watching.
Oh, yeah.
So, Arielle, where can the people find you and your thoughts on this playoff series?
Playoff series. They can find me on TikTok and Instagram at It's Arielle Garcia, ITSARIELLE Garcia, and then on Twitter at Arielle Garcia. Yeah. And you, Ashley?
If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram and Twitter at AENEWBY. And then I do photography. So if you want to check out my Instagram, it's also ANEWBY photo. I'm posting some pretty warm up photos over there, but I'm also about to be out of those. So maybe don't follow. It'll be boring for a little bit until the next season starts up. And
I think you should follow just to be prepared.
That's fair. Maybe I'll take a camera with me to the Oilers game. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials at Rink Rookie Pod. That is YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, also formerly known as Twitter, and will always be Twitter. Comment, subscribe, tell your friends, hang out with us, give us your thoughts and opinions. Tell us who you think's gonna win. I would love to know.
Yeah, tell us your brackets.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll do a bracket challenge. We have
That would be fun
for more people. So yeah, that's something we'll do next year. I'm excited to see what's going on. The Maple Leafs beat the Bruins.
Get out.
3-2.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Now I'm gonna go now I gotta go stress watch the Golden Knights and Dallas Stars. Come on.
Yeah,
everyone's a Dallas fan right now.
I think they're gonna win. I'm just saying this here now, April 22nd, 2024. That's my most used bracket, is the one with the Stars winning. So not that I want it to happen, what I think's gonna happen. They've been kind of crazy this season. So that's my thought.
We shall see. Ready?
Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.